what's good, Commanders fans? Just want to make a quick video here. Just basically a vibe check, all the reports and rumors that we've been hearing about really the past week. I have not been able to make a video, just a lot going on, of course, spring break and stuff like that. So this is draft week. So this is draft week. I've been on Commanders Kings, of course, having fun doing it with the guys. So make sure you guys check that out. Then tomorrow night we'll be doing a mock draft as well, and then we'll be live together Friday night for day 2 of the draft. So stay tuned, a lot of content, and of course my own channel will be having. I'm gonna try to make a video, at least one video per day this week. Even if there is no news, I'm gonna just try to check in with you guys, vibe check, just checking with you guys, just talk about anything. We just haven't really done much, and a lot of stuff is just smoking mirrors, smoke screens, and stuff like that. We haven't really heard a lot come out of our front office or out of our building, which is a good thing. I do want to touch on talk about the DC Defenders a little bit. A lot of people have been intrigued about the DC Defenders. I was going to make a separate video, but we lost. I don't want to be that kind of guy where I only make videos when we win. But just for about a minute, I will talk about the DC Defenders. I know you guys, a lot of you guys probably don't care, but a lot of you guys do care. When I have talked about it on Commanders Kings the other night, people were messaging me, and well, not messaging me, but people mentioned me and talked about this. People have been in my comments as well asking me to talk about the DC Defenders. So we did take an L yesterday. We lost to the worst team in the league, the San Antonio Abrams or Abrams, whatever you call them. They did have a new coach. I think Wade Phillips might have been their coach, if I'm not mistaken. He quit. I might be wrong about that, or they just fired their coach. But we played against Kellen Mond, who's not a good quarterback, but he had a good day against us. Anthony McFarland, who went to Maryland, I believe, the running back, had a good day against us too. Jordan Tiamo actually had a good game. He didn't have a bad game. I thought he played pretty well. But we had 13 penalties. You just can't win with 13 penalties. And we gave up a punt return for a touchdown or something like that. It was just bad football. Braylon Edwards is really good. The wide receiver, Abram Smith, the running back, is solid. The kicker, Matt McCrane, made all his kicks, so I wouldn't mind bringing him in for a workout. But you can't lose to an 0-3 team at home when you're 3-0. You just can't do it. And then they play a team next week, the Arlington, Texas team, that is 3-1. So it's going to be a tough matchup. It's going to be a tough battle. I do like Greg Williams' son as the defensive coordinator. I think he does a good job as the coordinator. But yesterday, we just didn't do a good job getting stops. Just getting stops when we really needed them. So, like I said, I don't know a lot of names on the team. I know DeAndre Baker's on the team. I'm trying to think who else is on the team that's like relevant that was in the NFL before. But that's all I got for the DC Defenders. That's what I said. I wasn't going to keep it long. So let's get back to the draft stuff. So John Keim did come out with a list of people that we are interested in. And this stuff, like he can say all this stuff, but that doesn't mean we're going to draft who he says that we're interested in. A lot of people that he said we're interested in did have top 30 visits. Like he said, Donovan E. We had a top 30 visit with him. Let me look at the list that he said. He said Olafemi Oladejo, we had a top 30 visit with him. So that's an obvious one. Maxwell Harrison, we had a top 30 visit with him. So that's an obvious one too. Quincy Wilson, we had a top 30 visit with him. Oh, no, not Quincy Wilson. Quincy Riley's the guy we had a top 30 visit with too. Quincy Wilson, is he a cornerback? Because I know there's Quincy Riley. I think somebody might have put the wrong thing when they tweeted something out. Quincy Wilson is the track star that's actually from PG County, went to Bullis High School, or goes to Bullis High School. So I think somebody had a typo and they meant to say Quincy Riley, the cornerback, that I'm reading it from on Twitter. Ollie Gordon, the running back from Oklahoma State, we definitely had a 30 visit for him. Ja'Cory Crosby Merritt from Arizona, who only played in one game last year because of ineligibility. We had a top 30 visit with him. So like a lot of the guys, Caleb Johnson, we had a top 30 visit with. Jaden Blue, we had a top 30 visit with as well. So a lot of the guys, or we had a visit with him. A lot of the guys that he did name that we are interested in, we had top 30 visits with. So I'm not saying that John Keim is just kind of stating the obvious, but I mean, this is what they're telling him. So this is the source. He always talks to people in the building. He's the guy that is usually the most plugged in with stuff for the most part. Sometimes there's some other beat reporters that have stuff, and sometimes it's just Adam Schefter who comes out with stuff from the front office, or Ian Rappaport. Sometimes it's just the national guys and not the local guys. But typically John Keim does have information. Even Kevin Sheehan said that we're not going to draft James Pearce. He said we're not going to draft Luther Burden. Basically, he said we're not going to draft Omarion Hampton. Those are the 3 guys that he said. And shout out to Pedro. Make sure you guys subscribe to Pedro. He tweeted that out that Kevin Sheehan said this. And like I said, Kevin Sheehan could be wrong. And that's the beauty of the draft. Everybody has their sources and everybody comes out with their information and stuff like that. We have to see what Adam Peters and crew and company, what they do on draft night. Because all the stuff that we're hearing, they can fool around and draft James Pearce. You just never know. I don't think they will because of the character concerns, but the fact that they're interested in Mike Green per John Keim is intriguing because Mike Green, if you want to really talk about off the field things, he's had more off the field issues or things come up rather than James Pearce. James Pearce has some of the on the field stuff like I guess not listening to coaches and then the whole sweatshirt at the combine. He forgot his shirt, his jersey, and he had to wear a sweatshirt and he still ran really fast during the combine. But Mike Green was dismissed from University of Virginia. He had an allegation come out in high school. He had another allegation come out in college. So to me, those are some concerns. But like I said on Commanders Kings with the guys, I said, hey, like I think this is the time if you want to take a chance on somebody with character concerns. I'm not saying, hey, just do it to do it. But if talent is talent and Mike Green drops to 29, which he's really not supposed to, Mike Green's supposed to, is projected to be like a top 20, top 25 pick. Excuse me. And then James Pearce, same thing. Like James Pearce may not even be there at 29. But if he does fall to 29 and, you know, you feel like he's better than Donovan Azaraku or he's better than Nick Scorton or Shamar Stewart, one of those guys, and Shamar Stewart may not be there either. He's projected to go pretty high because of his combine performance. And you really like James Pearce, and he's just a dog on tape, like I think he is. I think Mike Green's a dog too. I like both of them. I like Donovan E as well. But, you know, if you feel like James Pearce is the best guy that's available, then I feel like this is the time where you do take a risk on somebody that does have some questionable things going on with their character. I just feel like we have the ecosystem, we have the culture, we have Bobby Wagner, we have Adam Peters, we have Dan Quinn, we have a legitimate quarterback in Jaden Daniels, where I feel like guys can lock in and be focused. I just feel like we have the best. This is the best organization has been in really, 25, 30 years. So I feel like this is the time to take a chance on somebody rather than just being like, oh, let's get a Boy Scout. So those are my thoughts on that. But as far as the guys that we're interested in, I like all the guys for the most part, especially the running backs. I do like the guy out of Arizona. He's more of a later round pick. Ja'Cory, let me get his name right. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. I like him. Ollie Gordon is a dog. He didn't have a good 2024. I'm not going to say he didn't have a good 2024. He had a down 2024 compared to his 2023. The running back out of Oklahoma State. He's a dog. He's an ox. He can make guys miss in a phone booth too. He's athletic. He likes to hurdle people too. Jaden Blue is more of a home run hitter, speed guy out of Texas, can catch the ball in the backfield really, really well too. Caleb Johnson out of Iowa, every down back, more of a bruiser back. I like him too out of Iowa. We just had him in for a visit. Maxwell Harrison gets a bunch of interceptions. He had 3 pick sixes in his career, which is really, really good. Had a couple injuries here and there, but a lot of the guys in the cornerback class, like Shavon Revel, missed the whole year last year. Trey Amos is good. Jade Barron is more of a slot guy, but can play on the outside too. They are interested in Shamar Stewart, which everybody is. Nick Scorton, everybody is interested in those guys. So it's not just us. I mean, you can say that about every team. Michael Williams out of Georgia, we have interest in as well. So we'll see how this plays out, man. We're in a different territory because we're not picking top 5. We don't need a quarterback. We are interested in Ty Felton per Tony Pauline out of Maryland, who I like a lot too. He had a couple crazy games where he had like over 150 yards receiving in multiple games. Like I think he had 200 yards receiving in one game or 2 games this year, which was just insane. So I like him a lot too. He has some speed to him. Super, super, super athletic. He could be like a De'Ami Brown replacement or even better, in my opinion. 96 catches for 1,124 yards and 9 touchdowns from inconsistent quarterback play. Not going to knock on the guy who was a quarterback for Maryland this year, but no, he had a 152-yard game and a 157-yard game this year. He had a 104-yard game against Minnesota. And then he had an 84-yard game against USC and a touchdown. So he didn't have any 200-yard games, but he had multiple games over 150 yards, which is very impressive. Against good competition, too, against Michigan State, who's okay. And then Villanova, not great competition, but still. And then he had, like I said, 178 against Connecticut, which is insane. So he had 5 games over 100 yards and 6 games over 80 yards, 7 games over 70 yards receiving, which is really, really, really impressive. So I do like Ty Felton. I do like Ty Felton out of Maryland. Could be a little bit more physical, but I like his route running. I like the speed that he has. So that's really it. I'm going to stop it at 10 minutes, guys. And then tomorrow I'll probably do like a quick mock draft. And then Wednesday, we'll just talk, maybe go live, just chop it up, just do a vibe check in, and do that. Because right now, there's really not a lot of rhyme or reason to content right now. It's really just checking in my opinion. Oh, the Broncos. I'm so sorry. I almost forgot about the dang Broncos. So, rumored Underdog Fantasy tweeted out, who does have legitimate sources, Underdog NFL, said the Broncos do have interest in trading up. Ian Rappaport said a lot of teams do not have interest in trading up, but if you look at the Broncos, so personally, I'm not a fan of the picks that they do have. The Broncos have, let me see, where is it at? Because I just had the mock draft simulator up. They have, the Broncos have pick 20, pick 51, and pick 85, pick 122. So let's say they trade up 51 and 85 or 51 and 122. 51 is a little too far back to me, in my opinion. Like, if you take 51, they're very interested in Trayvon Henderson. That's one thing, too. They met with Trayvon Henderson multiple times per John Keim. If you really want Trayvon Henderson, you may have to get him at pick 29 or really no later than pick 40. He may not get past pick 40. Really pick 50. So you're playing a dangerous game if you trade back to 51. You may miss out on Trayvon Henderson and they have a lot of interest. I like him a lot, too. I think he'd be a good compliment to B-Rob. He can pass protect. He's quick. He's fast. He's explosive. He can catch the ball in the backfield. He's a guy that can be a home run hitter as well. A lot of times our guys get tracked down. He's a guy that will take it to the house. And he's a guy that can change the pace for sure. Like, you see what he did with Quinshon Judkins at Ohio State. And even before Quinshon Judkins got there, Trayvon Henderson had a tremendous college career before then. So I like Trayvon Henderson a lot. But let's say you do trade back with the Broncos, you get pick 51, 122, you give them pick 29. So that's something that you could consider, so you could get another pick. Or they could give us 191, 122, and 51. I don't know who they're trying to trade up to get. Maybe our pick is a little too late. But that's why I'm just bringing up the Broncos, because there was a report from Underdog NFL that said the Broncos are interested in trading up. They already have a quarterback in Bo Nix, so they're not trying to trade it for a quarterback. Are they trying to get a tight end? Like, what are they trying to get? You know, they're trying to get Colston Loveland if he drops to pick 29. Like, if he drops to pick 29, they may be banging on the table. They already got Evan Ingram, but I'm just saying that might be somebody that they may be interested in. We rather just stay there and take Colston Loveland, because I'm on a PFN mock draft right now. And actually, no, he's not there. But yeah, so that's just something to consider there for sure. So you guys let me know what you guys think. Would you stop and trade? Would you trade with the Denver Broncos if they offer, pick 51 and pick 122 or whatever and stuff like that? So, all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. As always, hello, Commanders. Peace.